Now, this title here is going to be the truth can be the truth is dangerous to the very few. Now, there's a lot of secrets out there that the powers that be, the status quo, you name it, don't want out there. And they're terrified that once the truth is out there, it can be anything exposed, and they don't want the secrets to be out, to be released, to be exposed. Now, politicians, hoity-toity people, power hungry, warmongers, all those idiots. They will they will kill anybody. They will have someone assassinated for exposing the truth, right? For example, the Dark Alliance, right? The octopus, right? Okay, well, the Dark Alliance is a book written by Gary Webb about the Iran Contra, that was funded through drugs that was sold. That the CIA had people sell drugs on the street to raise money to buy weapons from the Iranians to give to the Contras. It's a nearly 40 year old secret. That's been the truth here. Now, um, Dark Alliance. Okay. The octopus, right? The octopus. Now, the absolute secret government, like the Illuminati, the New World Order, all that shit, anything to expose the truth, right? Just to expose and get it out there, get people to really start thinking, really, and not everybody's going to like, whoa, time out. You can't well, what are you doing, man? What are you really doing? Well, there's a thing that I've been talking about. Oh, the Truman, hi there, man. There's a thing there's a program I want to talk about here real quick. Organized gang stalking. Okay, organized gang stalking has been around for a long time. And hey, what's up? What's up, Liz? Um, it's really the organized gang stalking. Oh man, there's so many victims of that program. Okay, the guy that started it, his name is Robert Duncan. Okay, Robert Duncan. Now, I have a good friend, a dear friend that I will not go any further than that. She's a victim of the organized gang stalking. And there's many victims of it. And now many people who are suffering, badly, it can be anybody in your town, like the neighborhood watch, right? The neighborhood watch, the local law enforcement can be part of, and you got to really pay attention because the thing is, you have to really, yeah, you have look your local law enforcement, right? Neighborhood watch, right? And it could be members of the Illuminati, the Freemasons. The Freemasons, are not very nice people. Some are nice, but to the point where others, they all I care about is betting on who's next to be unalived. Okay, that's bad. That's scary. Um, There's a guy on YouTube, on Facebook named Brian too. He's a victim. He's a victim of gang stalking, and the guy's gone through hell for a long time, and they hit him with direct energy weapons, man, and no, it's not a video game term. It's an actual weapon that's been done by DARPA, who created it, and they need victims of the organized gang stalking as test subjects, And now the truth can be devastating and dangerous to the very few who can't stand so much of it, so much information that's been brought to the surface, bubbling up to the surface. And the facts are, there are evil people in your local government, your local law enforcement, your state government, your state law enforcement, the federal government, and the federal law enforcement. Now, it is insane, completely insane, man. And when I first heard about it, and I was like, just have no idea what I'm hearing. But the thing is, the more I learned, the more I understood. I'm like, dude, that's insane. That's inhumane. That goes against I would call it the Nuremberg Code, the Geneva Convention, And so, a lot of things over the decades, not everybody is ready. I mean, and it's the truth. Not everybody is ready for the truth. Not everybody wants to hear the truth be exposed, because they're terrified that if they talk about it or if they mention it, they're afraid they might be next. So it is terrifying. It is scary, and the truth is scary. It is terrifying, man. But we all got to be prepared to understand that. Look, people need to know. People need to be prepared to understand that. Look, we're all going to be targets here down the line here. Because do I know when? No. Am I a target? I don't know. I mean, the thing is, it is terrifying. It is scary, bar none. I mean, because the truth, again, it is dangerous to the very few who don't want to hear it, who don't care about it. But the thing is, you gotta understand, we're in a time right now, okay? We're in a time where, if you look at the war in Iran, right? The war in Iran, that war in Iran is about...
The devil packed a bong with a little Acapulco.
The war in Iran is about a regime change, right? A regime change. The lie is Iran has nuclear weapons. They have all this stuff, but proven they don't have the shit. Okay, the ones that do have it is Israel. Okay, they don't know that Israel has nuclear weapons, right? Now the reason is that they want... No. The fact this war in Iran is... What? I'll get them. The thing is, the war in Iran was caused because Israel... How long? I've been doing YouTube since 2011, actually. It'll be about 15 years in November. About 15 years. Now, when I started, I didn't have a gray hair. I didn't have a gray beard. My hair was a lot darker, and my hair and beard were a lot darker. And since I'm older, my hair started. My beard, my hair is going gray. And then I never thought I would be going gray, but you know what? It's life. I don't mind going gray because going gray is a natural way of going. You know, but yeah, yeah, I do. Um, Now let me get back to where I was. Okay, Israel kept saying Iran is dangerous. They're a threat to the world. They're a threat to the world because they have nuclear weapons and shit like that. Time out. Okay. If now a lot of things have been coming out that Iran has no weapons, never was a threat, never caused any kind of crap towards us. You know, but Israel, they have nuclear weapons, right? So why do they have our military going into Iran and start using their bunker busters, man? You know, bombs. You know. Now the thing is, the reason is Israel don't want to use their nuclear weapons on Iran. Why? Because if they did, it'll be a consequence of the Gulf would turn around and aim for Israel because Israel wanted this war. Now, it's kind of like the cartoon of the little dog being the big dogs, like all you know, like kind of like Ren and Stimpy, but the little dog is more pissed off than the big dog, you know. And we're the big dog, and Israel's the little dog, you know, and they are just an absolute insane. So here we are. Gas is at $9 a gallon here in California. $9 a gallon because of this war. Now, Donald Trump is doing this war for Israel. Okay, that's truth. Always. Somehow we end up doing things for Israel because Israel wants to get their hands clean, right? It's kind of like a mob boss sending out, or a mafia don ordering a hit on somebody that basically started talking, you know, but orders it, but does it by keeping his hands clean, right? You know, it happens, right? It happens. So now, if some things need to be exposed, right? Okay, well, why is it that here we're sitting around wondering, okay, why is it that we're being told that Iran did this or Iran did that? Like, well, wait a minute here, you know. It's not the full truth because we're all being played here. We're all being lied to because Israel, you know, Bibi Netanyahu, you know, he's saying, "Oh, we got to take out Iran because of this, and this." So the next target for Israel is Turkey. Okay, Turkey. Um, Now, my my question, okay, my question would be, if there's no evidence, right? No evidence, right? Our government, since the 30s, right? Since the 30s and 40s, right? Since 42, there's been regime changes over the years since 1942. Okay, the last regime change that we know was in 2009 in Honduras. You know, in Honduras. Now, now Brazil, they had a president that was a woman president in Brazil, and she was removed over some false bullshit thing, and she was a co-founder of BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, the BRICS bank system, you know. And there's about 14, 15 countries that joined BRICS, including Mexico. Now, Donald Trump is trying to smash that. You know, much good luck. You know, so the BRICS system is a alternative to the Fed, the not the Fed, but the banks. You know, so I mean, it is scary to the truth. The thing is, you got to really question of why are we in this situation where, you know, we're seeing Iran getting hit, getting bombed, and all this other shit. You know, Saudi Arabia wants the United States to keep escalating on Iran. Okay, but why? You know, they injured the new supreme leader of Iran, right? About a week after his dad died. You know, because his dad was the supreme leader for nearly 40 plus years. You know, and when they killed him, it was basically a regime change in the making. You know, and Donald Trump, we all know he's the bitch to BBC Netanyahu, you know. And so I would be more concerned about what's the big issue here. Okay, the issue is we're looking at an alternative to what they want. They want Iran to be, you know, like they want a regime change of Iran, like complete a regime change. Well, that's all stupid and all, but is it Iran part of the BRICS bank and stuff like that? You know, I mean, if y'all think about it, this is more of the problem we have with our own government. You know, basically becoming the bitch of Israel. You know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Uh, I think that we're in a bigger mess I mean, if you all think about 9/11, right? After 9/11, who did they go after? They went after Iraq to get Saddam Hussein. And so it took a false flag tragedy that you know that killed over nearly 3,000 people. Um, it makes no sense. Why do you want to do a round two? I mean, why are we still in the Persian Gulf, man? The Middle East, I thought we were done with that. Um, I think that it needs to be where what need to be done with the Middle East. Um, it's just that we don't need to be there. Even military leaders. I mean, from the Marines to the Navy, Army, Air Force. Saying, hey, look, this is not good because they that Trump wants to drop some Marines down the port of Hormuz, which is a bad idea, bad military strategy thing, because not good. Now, certain truths that are exposed, okay, they're exposed, and it comes from brave people that want to bring the truth to the light, because the truth had been buried for decades, and when someone finally takes the truth and brings it up to the light, that's when it gets scary for people that start to realize, holy shit, this is where it's going to get really, hinky, and just an absolute holy crap, I think we all need to really wake up and understand, I mean, haven't really heard anything else about what's happening with ICE or um, or Greenland. Um, I think that there is a very controversial situation. I think that now I hear about the Epstein files, man. And there's a guy who was an Uber driver, right? An Uber driver, and he got people thought he was Epstein. It's just like because Uber pulled his account, his shit, because they thought he was Epstein. You know, and I mean, you gotta really pay attention here because they got to think, man. You really gotta think, okay? I would not put it past anybody who would just like again. We got some keyboard warriors, out there just want to really start some shit, really start problems, because they had nothing better else to do but try to bullshit you guys, sheep cakes, was it sheep's, let's see here, sheep, HARP, the one in Alaska, with all those antennas going up, But there's another one called Operation HARP. No. Project HARP. Another one in Alaska. This one is a military operation that deals with aliens. And the HARP, the one in Alaska, is 50 antennas pointed up to the Earth's ionosphere. Now, Project HARP, same spelling, is a military alien operation going back to the late 40s, early to mid 50s. Okay, and goes back to Roswell from 1947 and Kecksburg in 1965. And the military, pretty much, along with the CIA and FBI, kept the information about the craft and alien bullshit. They had tabs on that. They were like, we're going to put a lid on this shit. Tink. So they control the flow of information about the alien craft, no, not that here. So Kecksburg in 65, Roswell in 47. But you have Phoenix in 1997. Okay? Alien sighting, a ship sighting. The entire state saw this ship in 1997. And the governor of Arizona at the time was like really fucking stupid, really fucking dumb. He had a press conference where he arrested a fake alien, and he thought that would give him some political points. No. And then the military said those were flares. Those are flares in the sky. No, flares is where you shoot it up in the sky, right? Flare. No. Check out. The difference between seeing lights in the sky in a triangle position and flares. Okay, flares. Once you shoot a flare up in the air, it comes down. Okay, flare my ass. Okay. These were lights, okay? The whole state of Arizona saw this craft, okay? There was no flares, right? It was a triangle-shaped lights of ship. The military said, oh, there are flares. No. Those were lights, okay? Flares don't stay up in the sky that long. Flares... These were lights, okay? These were lights, okay? What on you? Now, a lot of this shit that's coming out over the years, people are finally waking up. They're finally realizing, hey, look, this is a lot here that we're all taking in, but we're going to take it a little bit here, a little bit there to actually gather enough information and actually understand, hey, wow, this is nuts, this is absolutely nuts, And so it is nuts, But the truth is more frightening to others. The truth is a lot dangerous for the very few, man, So, all right, folks. My name is Reverend Ordo, and it has been the Anonymous Republic Network. If you're new to this channel, like, subscribe, comment below, hit the bell for notification. and always live healthy, happy, and wise. I love you guys. Peace out. Godspeed. Buddha bless.